What is up, YouTube? It's your boy RisKK, and we back with another video. You already know the vibes, man. And on this one, I'm going to be showing you guys once again another build video. And this is actually a very interesting build that's slowly been growing on me and, starting to become my favorite build. And it's none other than the two-way sharpshooter, right? This is a very uncommon build and not a lot of people, you probably have seen using this. But, I've actually made this recently and it's been turning out really well. And, reminds me kind of like Klay Thompson's playstyle, which is what I was really aiming for when creating this build. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you keep watching the video all the way through the end. And also, read the first and last name of my player. You already know what to do. Subscribe to Risk, turn the notifications on by hitting that bell. And of course, like the video. Other than that, let's get right into it.
She know I keep the bag on me. How about got a couple racks on me? I'ma hit it, then I dip. No, I do not trust a bitch, cause they all be the same to me. All these thoughts always running through my head. I'ma get the bag, double back for the bread. I'd rather smoke a blunt, kicking back in my bed. And yeah, she in my line, cause she know I'm getting bread.
Alright, so we're gonna get this build started. For now, you're gonna hit the point guard as your position. And then I pretty much just want you to, just follow along as I choose a skill breakdown here. And I'll kind of talk over it for a little bit. And pretty much what I meant by, this build probably hasn't been seen is because that's exactly what I mean by it. This build has not been seen a lot. Because, and this is the build that I've actually, been thinking about for a long time. I've actually been, kind of been hiding it from a lot of people. But the reason is because when this game first came out, I think a lot of people focused on the perimeter lockdown. Because at first sight, that looked like a great build. Coming off 2K19, lockdowns were a very good build. And they only lacked, that extra shooting from Limitless and that just very, very consistent shooting. So a lot of people, figured that the perimeter lock was going to be able to get that job done on the offense and defensive end in a great situation. But as the game slowly progressed, people have realized the perimeter lock's defense is not as good as it should be. So that's why a lot of people have been starting to lean away from that build, and I think this is when this build is going to start becoming more popular as the months go on and stack on top of each other, because this build could literally do everything. It could shoot the ball consistently, defend consistently, and even dribble consistently, and even finish the ball consistently. So it could do everything. There's no complaints with the build. So that's why I think it's going to overtake the perimeter lockdown when it comes to the rest of the year as the best spot of build in NBA 2K20. So you guys already saw, what actual skill breakdown I picked in the pie chart. Same thing with the physical profile. The physical profile, I went with one that was hefty on, the speed, the strength, and the vertical. And because I think just all three of those, having a nice combination of all three of those are going to be very successful. And, just assist this build a little bit more to, be the full potential. Alright, but when we're getting to, the attributes here, we're going to start off by maxing out defense and rebounding attributes. Or at least, we're going to max out the main ones. We're not going to want to touch interior defense, block, or offensive rebound. And then we're going to lower our defense rebound slightly to 71 to get 18 badges. Because, for now, I think 18 badges is sufficient amount of badges on the defensive end. And I don't really need offensive rebound and block or interior defense. I think, saving those attributes from those categories will actually help me get more badge points in total and actually make this build, more all well-rounded. So with that being said, now we're going to move on to the shooting. Alright, with the shooting, nothing really to explain here. We're going to max everything out and use the highest potential with shooting. We're going to get the most badges, which is going to be 18 badges. Alright, and next, it's honestly, personal preference as, what you really want with this build. You could go really hefty on playmaking and get a little bit of finishing, or opposite, get really hefty on finishing and really, minimal on the playmaking. But in my opinion, I think getting a mixture of both is what's going to really excel this build. So what I do is I max out my ball handle and pass accuracy, but I lower my post moves. Because by doing that, I save a lot of attributes and I still have about 10 playmaking badges. And like you see here, what that allows me to do is get now 7 finishing badges. Alright, but I actually lower that from 6 because I think I could, kind of, finesse the badge points a little bit here. As you see, I upgrade my defensive rebounding, I get 19. And then I upgrade my post moves just 1, and then I get 11 playmaking badges. So I think that's more valuable than getting that 7th finishing badge. I'd rather have an extra defense and an extra playmaking. So with that being said, you're looking at the build right now. This build could defend on ball with 19 defensive badges. It could handle the ball for 70, 8 ball control, 11 playmaking badges. It could definitely shoot the ball for an 83-pointer and 18 shooting badges. And it even has, some paint presence with the 6 finishing badges and a maxed out driving dunk, driving layup, and shot close. And that's, you know, what a lot of people, you know, don't really think about this year. If you, you know, let's say are making like a really defensive player, like a, you know, kind of like a perimeter lock, I guess you could say, you don't upgrade finishing. You'll have one finishing badge and people will be like, oh, I don't need finishing badges. But what they don't understand is just having no driving dunk or driving layups really going to affect you. You know, just having that paint presence, making people need to, you know, back off of you and give you that shot. Or, you know, if you could shoot, they're going to have to step up on you and then you could take it in the paint. So all in all, it just makes your build so much more versatile, which is why I think every build should have some type of finishing in it, even if it's just, you know, maxing out your driving layup, you know. But that's pretty much all we need to talk about when it comes to the attributes. Now, the height is another big thing. But, you know, with the height, I think I want to go 6'6", because the main point of this build is, you know, to actually be able to spot up with it. Obviously, if you want to go for, you know, a point guard type role with this build, you could go smaller. But like I said, I want to use like a Klay Thompson type build, be able to, you know, sit at the hash mark and spot up, or sit in the corner, you know, be able to defend on ball, shoot from the corner, you know, that kind of play style. I'm not really, you know, the type to actually be handling the ball 24/7. But if that's something you guys are interested in, this build could definitely get that job done. All you gotta do is go around 6'4" with the height. Now, with the weight, I decided to go 196, and I think, or not really 196, but a little bit lower than that, because as you see, I will lose out on my strength, but I think that acceleration is going to be big. So what I do is I kind of find, you know, a little bit, you know, kind of like nice in the middle. I think 183 kind of seems to work best right here, and they get an 83 excel, 62 vertical, and go down to 71 strength. So I think, you know, just, you know, that weight is exactly perfect and what you need. And just look at the attributes after the height adjustments, you know, we're still pretty solid. 81 speed, 71 strength, 62 vertical, 83 excel. And obviously that does not include, you know, the +4, you know, for Superstar 3, Gym Rat badge, or just doing your Gatorade drills. Now, the wingspan is also a very interesting thing. Like I said, if you're interested in getting that point guard role, I recommend you go minimum wingspan, for the fact that this will allow you to speed boost quicker while you're in takeover, or maybe when you're like, let's say if you decide to go 6'4", you're going to want to go minimum wingspan to get that 86 ball control off rip. But if you're going with the style that I'm going for right here, I wouldn't recommend you go minimum, and I would not recommend that you go maximum, because that 3-point shot is taking a big hit. So what I do is I kind of find, you know, a nice, you know, midpoint right here. And you could honestly go default, but I think getting just that 1+3 and ball handle could be, you know, very, you know, important in some situations. So I decided to go with a 79.9 wingspan, I believe, right here. As I think overall it's just the best option when it comes to this all-around build, as you're not really losing too much, you're not really gaining too much. So, you know, it's just pretty balanced. So with that being said, you see I have the 81 3-point shot now, and I have a 72 ball handle. So now I'm going to give you guys insights in something that you guys might not really know. Because you guys do not know, shot creator takeover gives +10 to your ball handle. And as you saw, we had a 72 ball handle. So if you were to select shot creator and takeover, that means in takeover with this build, you will have an 82 ball control. Now that means if you were 99 overall, that you would have a 86 ball control, which means you could speed boost. And let's say you're not a 99 overall, you might not be the, you know, the first guard on your team. So let's say you have a, you know, a first-hand ball handler on your team. If he throws on Hall of Fame floor general and you have takeover, you will be able to speed boost as well. So if you are interested in being able to speed boost, I think shot creator and takeover is right down your alleyway, and you're going to want to select that one, because playmaking takeover is not really that good this year. But if you're going for my type of play style, like I said, I'm going to be spotting up lots of the times, which is why I actually go with sharp takeover. But other than that, shot creating takeover is not bad. I would just avoid playmaking and lockdown takeover. Now, you see, we have built the two-way sharpshooter. Does not say we're similar to, you know, Klay Thompson, because we were technically a point guard, and that's why it matches up with kind of like Steph Curry, even though he's not a two-way. But, you know, if we had made him, you know, a shooting guard or small forward, it would say Klay Thompson. It's just, I don't really think it's beneficial, as you lose out on a lot of badge points when you up that position to shooting guard or small forward. With that being said, that's the actual build. So if you guys already have a feel for all the badges in this game this year, you could click off the video right now and go start making the build. But if you don't really know how the badges work, you're still, you know, unsure of what badges are good, or you're just unsure of what badges to put on this build, you can still watch and, you know, see what badges I select. So we're going to start off with the finishing badges, and we have 6. So I think the priority is going to be get the best finishing badges. We're not looking to get contact dunks on this build. We're trying to be efficient in the paint. And I think the 2 badges that could get that done will be Slithery Finisher and Gold Giant Slayer, as those 2 will prevent contact and increase your layups. Remember, I'm not going for contact dunks. A lot of you people will get this messed up and you'll go, you know, Gold Contact Finisher. I could put on Gold Contact Finisher. I'm still not going to get a contact dunk. I want to be efficient. That's the point of this build, to be the most efficient player on the court. And I think Giant Slither and Slithery Finisher will get that job done you know, way better than any other badge can. Now with the shooting badges, this honestly it varies a little bit on, you know, what exactly you're doing. What I mean by that is, let's say you decide to make this build more of a, you know, point guard and handle the ball a lot more. You're not gonna want catch and shoot because you're gonna have the ball in your hands most of the time. If you're doing my style, you're gonna want to have catch and shoot. All right. And the same thing here, you see right here, this would be my composition of badges: the Catch and Shoot Hall of Fame, Hot Zone Hunter, Quick Draw, and Range Extender, and Silver Green Machine. But you could always switch that out to your personal preference, because remember, hotspots have changed. So if you don't like hotspots, you don't have many hotspots, you could always, you know, go with, you know, Hall of Fame Green Machine and Silver Hot Zone Hunter. Or as you see right here, like I said, if you're, you know, handling the ball a lot, you can get both those Hall of Fame and just drop your Catch and Shoot to Silver. Alright. That's not, you know, too difficult to understand with the shooting badges. Now moving on to playmaking, we have 11, so not too many, and we can't get them Hall of Fame sadly, but there's still a lot of badges that we can actually use and take advantage of. And I think the two most important are going to be quick first step and handles for days. I think those you're going to want gold, and then after that is pretty much whatever you want. You have options between downhill if you're going to be pushing the ball up the court a lot of pro-am. But, you know, just in general, I think maybe gold tight handles and silver downhill will probably be the most beneficial to actually get the most out of all these playmaking badges. Because even if you get gold downhill, I don't really think you'll make, you know, that big of a difference. I think just getting that Hall of Fame really makes that huge difference. So that's why I think, you know, just getting that tight handles gold will help you out a little bit. So now going into the defense and rebounding badges, like I said, we got 19 of them. And these you could actually get on Hall of Fame, alright? So we're going to go with the most basic and, you know, the best ones just in general. Obviously, starting off with Pickpocket and Pick Dodger Hall of Fame. Those are two musts on any, like, good defensive build. Especially if you're going to be guarding guards, you want that Pick Dodger. If not, you're just going to get destroyed on the screens this year. Even with that badge, you still will get destroyed. So just imagine without it. But besides that, you're going to want Intimidator Hall of Fame and Clamps Hall of Fame. And like that, you get 3 left. And when you look at all these badges, a lot of these are, you know, not really useful because they help you with rebounding, in the post, setting screens and stuff like that, which we're not really going to be doing. So I think for us, the only other badge that really will make a difference would probably be Gold Tireless Defender, or maybe, you know, if you're guarding, you know, in the corner a lot in prom or something, or maybe in the threes court, you're not the main lockdown, or you could throw out maybe Gold Interceptor. But for the most part, I think Gold Tireless, you know, Defender would be the best, you know, choice when you're going for that last badge. And with that being said, I think that's pretty much wraps up this two-way Klay Thompson build. So I hope you guys did enjoy this build. I'm guessing you guys have never seen this before. So I hope, you know, I kind of encourage you guys to actually use this build. So that being said, make sure you drop a like and a sub and the notification bell. Smack all that. Give me all that support. Other than that, it's your boy RisKK. Now I'm out.
It's funny how now she be calling me back. She see that I got it, I'm stuck in the trap. 40 autos, and we put it right back. 40 autos, and he left in the back. I can't be trusting cause people just act. I get the money, I run it right back. The plug on my phone, I get to these racks. The plug on my phone, I'm gonna get back. I can't be trusting cause people be switching and